Pirate Nation on X says Black Ops 7 physical sales down 61% as it fails to beat Battlefield 6 launch. This is from the Metro, and I brought up the article because this is fascinating to me. Amid mass player complaints, poor reviews, and dwindling physical sales, Activision says Black Ops 7 has had a great first week. They also have a bridge to sell you and oceanfront property in Ohio. To say Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is having rough launch would be an understatement. The game only launched on November 14th, and it's been met with a deluge of fan complaints about its awful campaign and use of generative AI. It's too soon to tell if this has had any major effect on the game's long-term prospects, but physical sales of Black Ops 7 are definitely down on last year's entry in the UK. Ever since digital took over, physical sales do typically decline each year. But compared to last year's Call of Duty Black Ops 6, they're down by a shocking 61% for Black Ops 7. That's insane. And if they're trying to cope saying, oh, no, most people are going digital these days, no, the fuck they're not. Like, not 61% less. What? This is according to data from market research company GfK, as shared by the game business editor-in-chief Christopher Dring on X, who added that Black Ops 7 also saw a smaller UK retail launch than its primary competitor, Battlefield 6. And this is the post on X. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 had a smaller UK retail launch physical sales than Battlefield 6. How did it compare to Black Ops 6? Down 61%. Oof. I was just going to say oof. Oof. It's not very good. Black Ops 7 could make up for this decline with increased digital sales, numbers for which are generally never shared. But 61% is a far bigger drop than you'd expect for one of the most popular gaming franchises in the world. There is also signs it's struggling to attract players on Steam. Per SteamDB, Black Ops 6 launched to over 306,000 concurrent players, but Black Ops 7 has barely managed to crack 100,000 concurrent players on launch. I brought it up here to show you the actual graph. This is a live look. Let me refresh because it's going to be even lower. Oof. Oh. And keep in mind, this is not just Black Ops 7. They have it housed underneath Call of Duty under Steam, so that this is every Call of Duty game combined right now. 36,000 players. Just 1 year ago, it was peaking at over 200,000 people. Over 300,000 people, sorry, in November for the last release. And now it's at 36,000. As 10 times less people currently. That's pretty rough. Admittedly, Black Ops 7 seems to be faring much better on PlayStation, with UK PlayStation Store listing it as the second best-selling game at the moment, behind EA Sports FC 26. Wait a second, where's Yotei? Yotei already fell off? The Microsoft Store tells a different story. While Arc Raiders and Battlefield 6 take the first two spots of Xbox's top sellers, Black Ops 7 sits outside of the top 10. Although that's primarily due to Game Pass, as Xbox owners have less incentive to buy their own copy, which is very true, but also not an excuse. This is the thing where it's like, don't blame Game Pass, bro. Get rid of Game Pass. Don't go on Game Pass. If you're Microsoft and you're putting Game Pass out, you can't cry about less sales because that's what you signed up for when you created Game Pass. Well, if it's not the consequences of your own actions. How to get a refund of Call of Duty Black Ops 7. If you bought Black Ops 7 digitally and are unsatisfied with it, it is possible to request a refund through whichever platform you bought it from. Holy crap, this is hysterical. They're going through how to refund it. Oof. Although eligibility for refunds does vary, according to the company. Steam, you have 2 weeks from purchase and must have played it for less than 2 hours. PlayStation has less options. Sony refund rules are much stricter. Xbox, all it says is you must put in a refund request within 2 weeks after purchase, and you can't have accumulated a significant amount of playtime. That's extremely vague, but at least it's still better than PlayStation. Perhaps what's most telling is that Activision has yet to share any hard player stats. Last year, it was quick to boast how Black Ops 6 had the biggest 3-day opening weekend in series history. But Activision's response to Black Ops 7's first weekend is far vaguer. This, again, it goes back to the Yotei Tsushima conversation when I was trying to talk to Colin Moriarty and say, why have they not shared anything publicly and celebrate anything? And he goes to, oh, Sony doesn't do that anymore. The hell they don't. You don't think if it was blowing it out of the water, they'd be cheering from the mountaintop about it? Of course they would. The fact that they don't talk about it is information enough to tell you that, yeah, it's not doing great. Across opening weekend, we've seen great response to the quality and depth of gameplay in Black Ops 7, reads an X post from the official Call of Duty account. I bet you do. I bet you do. This sounds like Ubisoft talking to their shareholders. Oh, there's a lot of anticipation in the community for Assassin's Creed Shadows, which you wouldn't think of if you read the horrifically negative user reviews on Metacritic, which are so bad that it's actually gone up from 1.6 to 1.7. It's gone up 0.1 points. And this is how you can tell the shill media is not taking to it very well, giving it a 73. That means that they were really trying to like it. User scores tell the truth here. Based off of nearly 2,000 user reviews, overwhelmingly negative. Let's go to negative reviews. Let's see them. Xbox has turned every game it bought into DEI garbage for its subscription service. What a colossal piece of crap. What a colossal piece of crap. What a colossal piece of crap. Worst COD I've ever played. This is the franchise that's supposed to put value on the table of Game Pass, not feel like it tasted poor and still hungry at the end of the day. I would want to return it if I paid for it. And through Game Pass leaves you feeling, and though Game Pass leaves you feeling scammed. Multiplayer bleep and campaign, you need to be high as fuck to play. Co-op online takes away from OG single player campaign, feels and has no option to allow it. Zombies left me bored in 5 rounds. Franchise has what the people want and yet can't take the best parts of all of them and put them together. 0. Worst COD ever and one of the most boring soulless games I've ever played. It's an insult to fans. And they go on and on and on. And something that has been making the rounds, and I covered this previously, but I think it's really important to showcase, like when people say Microsoft bought Activision and just woke slop infected it with DEI, this needs to be burned into everyone's brains. This moment. Black girl boss jumping in front of the men while they're on the ground, crouching, scared, puts her arm up and deflects massive weapons, massive things being thrown at her, tires and all. Doesn't fall over or anything, just takes them all. Brute force.
Did she just fucking turn into Captain America? Did she just turn into Captain America?
They can't.
What am I playing?
They can't possibly have made that and said, yep, that's good to go. No issues here. And he says, terrible fucking night, guys. Someone broke into my car and left a copy of Call of Duty's Black Ops 7 in it. Stay safe out there. Drama alert. Black Ops 7's campaign is being compared to brain rot. RIP to Call of Duty. 48-second clip of this.
Shoot it! Shoot that son of a bitch!
And again, a lot of people will say Call of Duty has a lot of psychedelic, drug-impacted moments in the game. And I get that. And I understand it's a video game and it's not going to be hyper-realistic. I understand all of that. But when I'm buying a Black Ops or playing a Black Ops game, I expect at least some semblance of military realism. The clips that I've been seeing online is literally anything but that. And it makes you wonder who was in charge and what kind of decisions were they making? Why? Why did they do this with this game? This is only the start, it continues, which based on our experiences with the campaign reads as more of a threat. Our teams have an incredible year of content and events lined up, beginning with season 1 around the corner. We couldn't be more excited for what's to come in Black Ops 7. Oh boy. Do they have their work cut out for them to turn the tide of the community? Because at this point, it looks to me like all hope is lost. Hopefully, Activision will offer some greater insight into Black Ops 7's performance within the next week or so. No, they won't. They won't, because it's doing terribly. But if it's doing particularly bad by the series standards, the company may be cagier about exact sales figures and focus on whatever data sounds the best. Oh, players engaged? I'm sure we'll get that one. Yeah. So that is the current status of Black Ops 7. And I'll be honest, guys, I was expecting Battlefield to do better. Even me did not see this coming. This is catastrophic. This is the kind of thing that destroys an entire studio, like closes it down. This is really, really bad. I don't know how to tell people without sounding ridiculous, but I don't. This can't be even close to the realm of lowest expectations being hit. This is the worst case scenario, and then start digging. That's where they're at right now with Black Ops 7. Is terrible. Absolutely terrible. So curious to see if there's going to be any layoffs coming from Treyarch and Activision, and if Microsoft's going to say anything about this in the coming months. But I'm sure we'll hear it after the planned content gets released. Until then, I'll leave that there.